Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Oh. Get that out of there. Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants. Thanks again for tuning in to another live installment into my life and things and then some. It's a rant with me. If you don't know what that is, it's a special live that I do once a week, or at least I'm trying to do once a week, where I sort of do hot topics, a review over a movie, life story, events, and sort of give us sort of a pre-game before the events that are going to happen this weekend. As you already know, RuPaul's Drag Race is, I almost said system. What's a system? RuPaul's Drag System. RuPaul's Drag Race season 15 has started again. It's on MTV Paramount Plus Tees. As you know, I am covering it on this channel. Thank you so much for tuning into the first video. I think we're at 16,000 views for the first review of the season, which is really amazing. So I appreciate all the love and support, even the haters out there that watched me and I had to block all that jazz. So it was a good turnout. Even the reaction that I posted to YouTube, which if y'all saw on my YouTube reels, I was able to post a clip from my Patreon videos that I post of me reacting to the episode. YouTube is fine with it. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll do more of those once a week as well. And of course, collabing with Valerie Vision was a blast, and Sunday's panel is at 10K views itself. So I appreciate all the support and everybody watching this past week. Of course, this week, you already know what's up. It's going to be another round 3, I should say, because 1 and 2 was at the same time for this last episode. But episode 3 premieres tomorrow, and I will be, of course, reacting to it. So you're on my Patreon. Expect that to post in the middle of the night. And then, of course, I'm going to be doing my review at 2:30 Pacific, 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern here on my channel. Valerie Vision is going to be a co-host because I co-hosted on her channel this past week, and she's going to be co-hosting with me this week for this episode, and we'll be doing it together. Plus, of course, you already know what's up with the panel. I haven't even done my social medias yet. I'm just trying to get the order of things out the way first. I'm on a roll. Let's keep it there, kids. DragCon LA 2022 stuff. I took a hiatus from that. Y'all know I wasn't there mentally over the last couple of months, and I really had to focus on moving, plus getting a lot of things together, the car, all of that stuff. And it was driving me, so I did not have the energy to start working on those videos, and I feel bad about it. But because DragCon UK just finished and DragCon LA 23 is popping up, I'm definitely going to be posting those this week and next week. The first video should be like 15 or 16 minutes, and then the second video probably the same amount. I think I'm going to have something special posted to Patreon too, so just be on the lookout for that. I've been working on those in my time here, so boo, 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 boo. Lots going on. Plus, there's other gigs and gimmicks to work on. I'm trying to get some stuff set up for DragCon LA 2023 with some other content creators as well as myself. I have some other gigs that are in the work too that I'm focusing on. And also, because y'all know my car is no longer in commission, I had to make a decision on whether I was going to focus on getting a car or I was going to get a cat. And I decided that, I've been, living without the car already. That was in a little trouble already. So I might as well focus on this kitty cat. So I've been focusing on getting myself a little buddy to, of course, be here in this home abode. Yeesh. So Maddie's busy. I'm tired, actually, but busy. So social media is first. We're going to start this up with talking about Golden Globe talk. And then we're going to talk about Megan. I'm going to give you my full review. Okay. I'm going to break it down for you, my thoughts and opinions. I have a few things to say, and I know some people are going to feel some kind of way, but I like the film, but I did not understand a lot of the hype behind it. but we'll get to it. We'll discuss it. And then I'm going to discuss the first 5 minutes of Drag Race, this current episode that is posted, with a little preview here. We have clearly an acting-esque improv challenge, yeah, and it's of biblical proportions. Teams were chosen, shade was thrown, and I think RuPaul is setting somebody up to go home. We're going to talk about it today. It's at Matty Rants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the Matty Rants. You can find that on the description down below. It's grab a branch, eat some fruit, Matt Tiffy boot. You can go to dragqueenmerch.com and get some merch from me, dragqueenmerch.com. Put in Matty Rants, you'll find me, baby. Also, Liam, your whole comment stopped me because I read Megan is just Chucky, and no, it's not. It's not even close. I'm going to talk about it. It's nowhere near Charles Lee Ray level, not even on the same atmosphere. I'll continue. I do reactions on Patreon. We just talked about that for as low as $1 a month. So join my Patreon. Shout out to all my Patreon subscribers. We're having a hoot. I am going to add the traders as part of my lineup of reactions to do, along with Drag Race, along with the DragCon LA videos. But also, I'm going to be doing a poll this upcoming weekend on some new shows coming up that I want to see what the audience wants me to cover, and I most certainly will. Bookable on Cameo. More things to come. Thanks for tuning in. As a reminder, because I had some, honey. Some girls were mad this weekend. I don't give a damn. And this is going to let you know how much I don't give a damn, because I know I do this for entertainment purposes. Not every joke is meant to land, and not every joke is meant to stick. Not every joke is meant for you, especially you, especially you. But with that being said, disclaimer, hey, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to blind any religion, race, company, individuals, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Matty Rants or program participants are solely their personal views. It do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet, and no hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned in this program. So please don't be a Putin if you feel uncomfortable. After viewing this, please consume some Activia and have yourself a good poot. And if you want to drop a little tip in my jar for your boy Hoxton here, because you already know it's about to be a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday for me. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, Venmo Matty-Rants. Okay, I've done all my dues. You've heard the spiel. You've got the story. There are lights on in the background. My face is giving. Girls can be mad. Listen, to the probably broken-chested queen that tried my panel that was blocked, to the more than likely fucked up hairline that also had something to say in reference to my story that I gave yesterday that I can talk about today, and the bit-wristed punk that tried me. That disclaimer was for all of y'all. Now, for the rest of y'all and the Rant Pack family, you know what's good over here, okay? I've been transparent for 6 fucking years. I've kept it 100 with you. I've given you more of my life than I should have. So if I tell you something, I mean it. It ain't on some shits and giggles kind of shit. I'm talking for real, for real. And I had shared a little something yesterday, and I had a couple of backwoods head queens tried me. And, you know, it's always girls that would never hold that weight in person. And I understand why, because they know I put them in the ground. But in reality, I wanted to make sure I just said this to say, if I bring anything to y'all, it's out of love and out of the conversation. This really weird man tried me the other day, and it wasn't even about me. It was one of the most confusing situations ever. I literally got dropped off to go pick up some wraps for my lunch or whatever. I was going to go get my wraps, and I have a particular store I like to go to. I then went into the gas station that was literally right across the way to go grab me some water, to go get me something, right before I catch my Uber. I've already called my Uber. I get to the counter, and this man has been talking the entire time, but I wasn't tuned into this conversation until I got to the counter and realized he was talking about women. And these people were like, oh, you're making this story up. Girl, fuck you. You don't know my life, bitch. I've had to fight to survive on some real shit. So whenever I hear some clown try me in that, I block it, because it's like, nah, you don't need to be near me. That's dangerous speak right there. You probably blame the victim kind of stuff. So let me get back to it, right? You can catch energies, girl, when you read comments sometimes, okay? So as that's happening, okay, so this is, I have to describe this man to you. You know them wife beaters people wear, right? Okay, imagine one that hasn't been washed in days, More than likely it has been, but he's used a lot of sun detergent, so it's no longer black. It's like a charcoal gray. Okay. He had swimming trunks on, he had sandals, a good mid-50s black man, had a dusty tan hat. I'm giving you the whole scene. Okay. The first thing I heard was, I'm tired of these women in America. They think they run and shit. And it was like, oh, here we go. Now, I'm not in this conversation. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't want to be a part of the conversation. I'm just trying to get my water. But he'd already gotten his things. When you go to the corner store and you get your bag and everything's already in there, he had his bag. So I'm just like, this man just been talking to him. He ain't got nothing to do. He starts talking about women in the Middle East and he starts bringing this all up. I am literally just trying to get my water. I put my card in. I'm moving as fast as I can. I have not given him any eye contact. This is me. I'm just doing my thing. All right. My Uber is pulling up. So I'm like, bet. I get in the car. I get back to the house, put on some Mario Kart, chill, relax for a second, drink my coffee, start to edit. That was where my mind was at. Okay. The moment I said thank you, maybe it was soft. Maybe my voice was soft yesterday. I don't know. Normally I try to put on a little butch voice when I, go outside because girls in Texas are weird. If you're not part of that, that's never happened to you. Sorry about it. That's been the majority of my life. Okay. Thank you. That's all I said to the clerk. All right. Clerk didn't say nothing back. He just nodded his head. It was like, okay, whatever. Right. This man, in the middle of all of this conversation, stops and goes, it was that, for me, that made me so angry. My blood started to boil. That sucking the teeth shit. See, this is the shit I'm talking about right here. I wasn't even a part of the conversation. You talk about women. Mind you, I don't agree with this man. I want him to just shut up. I'm looking at him. I can smell him. All of that kind of shit. And my Uber is literally pulling up. Little black Dodge, little Charger pulled up. I'm sitting here, and I wish I had just walked away, but I didn't want to because I was just my attention went right to, why are you pulling me into this? But I didn't say that. So I said, excuse me. And he says, I wasn't talking to you, FAGGOT. So that's when my comment came out of, okay, well, you're talking about women. Meanwhile, you're over here looking musty with no fucking teeth. And I called him an FAGG back. Okay. Now, I did that to goop him because this man came on some massaging kind of level. 1, 2, I had nothing to do with the conversation, but because he heard my tone and he found me clockable, I'm now pulled into his conversation about men and manhood. I'm sure before I was even there, because it was just us three in the store, before I was even there, he probably was talking about like men losing all their power as men, the Andrew Tate of it all. Okay. So when I said that shit and I called him and I said it just click like that spooked him. Now, I am not about to sit here and watch him go through whatever phases he needs to go through. I'm about to get in this car and get the fuck out of here because I don't know what he's holding in these swimming trucks. So the moment I said it, I booked it. Sure did. Bloop, and then ran. Car's already out there, bitch. I slipped that door so quick, like crap. Oh my God, that car's so quick, bitch. Talking about you have the address. Go. Because I'm not about to fight him, but I just wanted to get it out. I wanted to get that whole thing out. Mind you, had that car not been there, I probably would have not gave him that much energy. I'd have let him just be his little toxic self or whatever. But in that moment with the getaway vehicle, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get you real quick. Goop. Goop. All I heard when I was walking away was, did you hear what he said? Called you one. Now how you feel? Someone asked me in my comment section of the day, like, what was the whole point of saying that was the word that we don't like and that and this and the other? I said, that is the moment where I wanted to reclaim that because he called me it like as if that was going to like touch me in a sense to where I couldn't move anymore. And wow, he really put me down. And I've dealt with that word a long time. So I find when someone who is like that hears that word being used on them, you have literally took a shit on all of it. Like, I consider you to be one. Now, what are you going to do? Right. Shouldn't have said that word in the first place. Mind your business. Better yet, why are you talking about women? Now, I did not have that conversation with him I didn't do all that. So forgive me, ladies, on that part. I didn't agree with that man. It just was the fact I don't know why he included me. I'm minding my business. I was minding my business, getting my Fiji water, minding my biz. I can't hold Beyonce heated moment. I had told my friend David the story the other day because I was just like, girl, I literally the moment that happened is when I tweeted. So for those of you who are wondering, it was like, bitch, I got in that Uber and was like, let me tell you what just happened. Because I needed to have the conversation. Wasn't going to tell my driver, oh, I just called this man. I didn't want to do all that. So either way, I'm fine. I deal with that like every now and then. I used to deal with it a lot, but every now and then when I have to deal with that kind of shit, I either just don't engage. Like the dude at the movie theater that said some shit when I was walking past with my friend one time. I was like, don't engage. That time I knew I could get away. So I was like, I'm gonna get him real quick. It was just so weird. Like, imagine walking into the grocery store, corner store, because it was a Shell gas station, and you're a woman, and that's the conversation that is taking place. Like, let's take me out of the equation here. That's the stuff I talk about with my friends when we go out and about. And I'm like, do you hear what people are talking about in public? And the full conversation, like, and they're saying it with their whole chest, like all kinds of wrong. It makes me nervous, especially in particular places in the South where I'm just like, y'all think it is still kind of backwards. It's weird. Anywho, I just wanted to tell that story in full detail versus just those tweets, as I didn't want to give up too many characters. But I gagged him a little bit. I got away with it, and I'm okay. And bitch, you better believe, low key, when I was on my way to the movies yesterday, I was doing one of these. Like, girl, let me see him. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, listen, if you're tuning in, thanks for being here. It's a rant with me with your boy Matty. I appreciate y'all for being here. We had a super chat up in this piece. I wanted to get my story out the way. I love your Totally Spies, Abby, by the way, Mrs. Galloway. Thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all better listen to the disclaimer. I get we all want to have opinions and stuff, but I guess I'm just past that point of allowing people to have the wrong opinion of me. So I just don't want to give that space and energy to feed because, girls like to eat shit sometimes. Pigs love shit and they just roll around and it get all nasty and stuff. Then other pigs want to get in that same shit too. So I'm not a hog hole. You might have heard that for the first time today, but that's what we're going to call it. A hog hole. A hog hole. Because I'm not, no, you won't, not over here. Do that in them other girls' channels. Do that on them other girls' pages. I mean, don't even do it there, but just take that somewhere else. Not on this one. Because y'all have to read that shit too. This is your channel as well as it's mine. You're a part of this whole process with me. So, no. Y'all in your hog holes. Oink, oink. On to the next one. All right. So, let's start talking about some stuff today, shall we? Golden Globes, was it? I got to be honest with y'all. I did not watch these live. I was playing C. Diggerford. C. Diggerford. If you didn't know that, that's C. Diggie's very much royal name, C. Diggerford. But we were playing Mario Kart. My lead has extended past the point of recognition. He has over 20 matches he has to catch up with me on because I'm that girl. But we did have some winners that I wanted to give a highlight to, particularly Quinta Brunson, who is one of my inspirations as a content creator, trying to break it into the industry that is Hollywood even deeper. Have not just my toenail, but my whole ankle up in that piece. But she won for best performance by an actress in a television series, musical, and comedy. I was so happy for her. I believe they also won for best series too, which is deserved. Quinta was giving. Come on, little short. Giving. Comfortable in my skin. Have you seen her in the Olay commercials? proud. Like, just as a Black content creator, I'm over here like, yes, Shivana. Went from the popcorn video to this. That's that growth. But I got to give it to Tyler James Williams, who I had no idea had Crohn's disease, but recently I saw on one of his social media posts in reference to his weight and his struggle in Hollywood with keeping up with certain standards. That is something that he's been facing, which I can certainly relate to. Y'all know my Activia journey. I ain't got the Crohn's, but I have people in my family with that. But also, I have my own issues with digestive systems here. But, you know, I got to say, him winning for Best Performance by an Actor in Supporting Role for the Musical Comedies in Series, I'm happy because as a Everybody Hates Chris watcher, as the person who has seen his career and knew of the potential and have seen the greatness, it's glad to see people get recognized. Glad I'm here to see people get recognized. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, my God. So happy for Tyler. It was interesting seeing Eddie Murphy up there as well, like applauding him. And it was a lot to take in. Eddie Murphy also won yesterday too. It was a lot to take in. His suit was everything. I always wanted to win a Golden Globe. I still do. But Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio won for Best Animated Motion Picture. Didn't we just have a conversation about, Matty, you really need to watch this movie? And didn't I just come on here and tell you how good of a movie it was? And thank you for the recommendation. A+++++++. I was like, oh shit, look at that. I was like, what other movies are nominated that are out now that I need to watch that I have not seen quite yet? But I was very happy that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio won. It's such a good movie. It's very emotional, kind of dark. It's kind of dark. It was very dark. You know, the children going to war bit. I was like, oh my God. Okay. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Angela Bassett winning. The first in the Marvel Universe. Her second Golden Globe after What's Love Got to Do with It. Can you believe I still can't believe she didn't win an Oscar for What's Love Got to Do with It. But Angela Bassett is in high due for her Oscar. Honestly, she played her role extremely well in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. That movie was hella emotional. That's several scenes when she carried, I forget, it was like the United Nations meeting. That was one of them. And then the second scene when Miss Mama had lost Shuri and she had to come back. Gagged her a bit. So happy for her. She had a great speech. Just like with Sheryl Lee Ralph winning her Emmy and seeing Angela Bassett win hers, it is not a sprint. It is a marathon. Life is a marathon. Okay. Their journeys, their stories, that's my inspiration. It's like, ooh, like, we're getting there. We're getting there. You would think I'm done talking about Golden Globe winners, but no, how could I possibly, when I've been raving about this movie since the moment I've seen it so many times now. I think I've watched about 12 times, 3 times in the movie theaters, 9 times at home. I have it purchased, but Everything Everywhere All at Once, Michelle Yao. Oh my God. Can you believe? I forget, is this her first award? Like, is this the first time that she's finally getting recognized for like excellent talent in acting? Because Miss Mama has been doing this for quite some time. And she's been amazing. So good. I can't remember. It's her first, like, that's, if she doesn't win the Oscar, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. If she don't win it, I don't think I'll be right. Not only was that movie amazing, but the acting between her and the next person I'm about to talk about, just so much. I sobbed. I sob every time in that movie. But you know the part I'm talking about when it gets towards the end and it's right before that final decision on making that choice and it fades back into that reality and it's her and her daughter having the conversation outside by the car. Oh, bitch. I don't know what to do. You didn't make it easy on me. Oh my God. I was over there like, I was sobbed. I see you in the chat, baby. Give me time. I'm giving their flowers. Y'all are like, Matt, you forgot you didn't do this, baby. It's coming up. It's coming up. I'll get there in a sec. But we're talking about Michelle right now. I'm really happy for her. Like, honestly, full moment for her. Proud of her. Been a big fan for years. So I'm just happy that, like, so amazing to see. Listen, the scene when there was no words and it was just rocks and subtitles, that was a powerful moment. Like, imagine being in the movie theater, everyone's laughing as they're reading, like we're all reading a book together a little bit. It was a very good moment, very good moment. Now to get to the next person here, I was like, the chat's moving fast. Let's get people their dues. Kihu Kwan, listen, okay, this is for the not I want to say the old heads, but these are folks in my age group and higher, and maybe some other folks a little bit younger than me that would catch the reference. But if you knew the Goonies, if you knew Indiana Jones, if you've known, if you've grew up watching him as a child actor, okay, big deal. Big deal. And again, another moment of me saying, as a person who is striving and is, wishing that everything would come so quickly, but realizing that sometimes it needs to be the marathon, Matty, and not the sprint. Getting his dues for such a brilliant performance. Y'all, again, I think his part in the movie is, I forget what reality they were in, but remember, it was like after he just like got like stabbed and he starts to go in this full speech about the joy of just being there. With, oh my God, cried. He made me cry too. That whole movie was just so good. Everything, everywhere, all at once. If you haven't seen it, man, like please go see it. It's so good. It's worth your time and energy and effort. It will give you all the feels. It's a Matty promise. I was happy to see people get their dues for the Hollywood season, this Hollywood Forward Press season here with the Golden Globes. I do know that Jennifer Coolidge also won for The White Lotus. I didn't really care for her this season, to be honest with you, but for the first season, yeah, she ate, personally. But happy that she's winning, and she had a great moment of talking about people believing in you in Hollywood, and how it changes your life up and stuff like that. It's good. It's good. It's good. So yeah, the Golden Globes happened. If you want to catch all the winners, you have Google. Press the button. There we go. All right. So past that moment in history here and into Megan, this movie that recently came out. Spoiler alert, I'm about to talk about this film. So if you don't want to be spoiled, this may not be the moment for you, but I have a few things to say because, yeah. All right. So a lot of you said this movie was amazing. Please go see it. Matty, I initially wasn't going to even give this time. I was going to wait till it came to the streamable apps or whatever. I was going to give it that sort of Prime moment. Amazon Prime, I'll rent it for $5. I was going to do that. But everybody kept saying, Matt, it's amazing. Go see it. Okay. I'm sorry. That felt like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. And it was entertaining, but it was a children's movie for me. And I got a little pressed today when someone attempted to correct me and I had to check it right back because it was advertised as a horror film. And it was not that at all. Thriller for sure, comedy thriller. A comedy thriller. Very that energy. It was not scary at all. I had one jump scene and it was because of a dog. I'm so serious. I still give it a B plus though because the story was good, the meaning behind it was great, the moments with the doll were entertaining, but I was left wanting a lot more. I am a little bit of a gore guy. I'm a little bit of a heavy metal horror movie fan. Like Terrifier 2 gave me what I needed. It was completely disgusting, but like it gave me what I needed. Like I was actually terrified watching that film. This one, okay. So let's just get into what it is and what it's about, right? Jenna's living her life in this tech universe as being this woman who, is working for this toy company that is making low-key Furbies. They have a different name from them, and the toy company's name is called Funky. It's like, okay, clever. But it's basically a bunch of Furbies. They're making Furbies. This is their version of the Furby. The whole movie starts off with one of those children's commercials, so it was really cute and campy, right? But of course, there is another model coming out from a different company that's a bit cheaper. I did see Pearl. I loved Pearl. Pearl was everything. Pearl was a great fucking movie. Highly recommend Pearl. Back to Megan. Another company comes out with a cheaper model version of it. So they need to compete with the cheaper model. But of course, Jenna over here, I like to make toys that are complicated and are very adaptable and will last a long time. Jenna, make us a goddamn cheap toy. She's like, okay, but she's been working on Megan. She wants to show Megan. Megan doesn't work. Boom, she looks like a failure. Oh well. Now, Katie, because that's every little girl's name that needs to be in some sort of trauma in somebody's movie. Katie's parents and her are on their way to go skiing when Katie is a little brat in the backseat of a car and her parents are arguing over, it's snowing, we're just going to stay here and not move, which they end up getting killed by a snow truck. Katie is now left alone. But guess who's there to pick her up? It's her Auntie Jenna. Gemma. It's a J and it's a N and it's a Na. It's one of them. Okay. She brings the little girl over to her house. She doesn't know how to take care of children. All she does is give her toys, this, that, and the other. Boop, doop, doop, doop. Now, when we see this AI device here in the movie, I knew. I said, we're going to pause right there. I was watching the film and it came up and she's like, this is Elsie. It's my little AI Amazon device kind of thing, right? Girl, I said, watch this play an integral part in this film, not only for what will be the ending, but the end, but the sequel, because it's an AI device. The movie is called Megan, about a robotic doll with artificial intelligence. I was like, girl. So pissed off was I because I already knew what Blumhouse was doing here, but whatever, let's keep it moving. Katie's not, I almost called Katie a bitch. That's me. How they wrote this child character, I would have let her go to the dad's parents. If I was Gemma, Jenna, I'd let that little girl go. I'm gonna be honest with you. I promised my sister, look, your sister is gone. Okay? She didn't even like you anyways. She was dragging you in the car. You need to let Katie tell you the story, tell you the full truth, okay? But I'd let her go to the parents. Either way, she's having a really hard time, pulling herself together. Her parents just died. It's been a really rough day. It's a lot going on for Miss Katie. So in Jenna's mind, this is where I started to drift out. In Jenna's mind, she's like, I'm going to use my niece as a guinea pig for this doll that I've been working on as a best friend. And that way I can show it to the marketers as it being a profitable solution because the doll is going to be like expensive. It's going to be $10,000 worth for the doll. It's super amazing what Megan is, right? She can do everything. But she uses Katie as her guinea pig. And the thing about it is, Jenna's so focused on her job that she forgets his child just lost her mom and dad. And now she wants to use her for the doll that she wants to have almost be like a caretaker for her. At the same time, get where she wants to get in her office. There were some underlying layers that I really did like about this film. It's like Jenna doesn't want this responsibility, so Megan's creation is the toy that she wanted to work on. However, she used it to basically take care of Katie when she herself needed that doll to be, I guess, given the green light, because that's what she really wanted to work on, some super AI kind of shit. So past this point, let's move on here. So what happens in every horror movie, everybody? What do you know happens in every horror movie in these situations? Somebody fucks up. Somebody makes a bad decision. Oh, it starts with a J and ends with either Emma or Enna. But Miss Mama rushes the program. She does not install certain protocols that would be put in place if, say, the doll were to learn how to do specific things, or what its abilities, or excuse me, its cognizant, or the way it's thinking, the way it's thinking in its form wouldn't go into its own sentient level of destruction, which is where this is going, right? Okay. So Megan is made. Now, let me tell you about the little American Girl doll from hell, all right? Because that's exactly what Megan is. That's an American Girl doll stretched out like Stretch Armstrong, given some AI interpretations, bitch, and has now walked in here with an ugly wig and is giving us all of our daily bread. Okay. That is Megan. You can tell there were little girls that were playing the character when she had to run in specific scenes. You could tell in other scenes they were actually utilizing like robo technology, all that kind of stuff. That forward. But no, let's not get it twisted. Megan is an American Girl doll come to life, and she's fucking shut up. Period. Like I said, Jenna or Gemma, whatever the dumb name she had, doesn't know how to deal with Katie. She doesn't know how to deal with children. She likes toys. She's a big kid, all that kind of jazz, but she doesn't know how to deal with children, right? Katie, big-headed child over here, just lost her parents, completely lashing out, doesn't know how to respond, react, or do anything like that. But Megan is there to help her, because Megan can understand, based off of all the protocols that Jen has put into this doll, how to take care of a child, how to handle their emotions, and can read all of their emotions. It's the fact that there's facial recognition, that happens with the doll when she can look at people and, based off of their body temperature, facial expressions, all of that, knows how they feel. That was scary. That's one of the scary parts of the movie, is realizing how really detailed and deep the doll can be. Okay. That's the parts that become creepy. It's like, oh, she's kind of crazy in the way that she actually retains information, processes it, and then pushes it back out. She also has the ability to look up anything and everything if a child has questions. So she is a walking computer, just like how it's like, oh, I need to find out where's the closest bakery. You type it into your phone, Google. Megan is literally there to go, oh, we need to find food. Boom, GPS location and everything. That is scary. These are the things that made Megan kind of creepy, but it was not a scary film whatsoever. I'll continue. So once we incorporate the doll and Katie, Megan and Katie, into these test runs with the investors, first being her original boss, or not the original boss, that's not a way to put it, but the current CEO of the funky place, who's trying to get other investors in on, say, a $10,000 doll going into a market to then sell to children and families, how it would work. And of course, it's going well, but there are things that are happening in between that are causing Jenna or Gemma, whatever her dumbass name is, to question if what she's doing is right, because she's fully aware, as well as everybody else that's working on the doll, that she didn't finish this completely. She just rushed it. And oh, it's learning so quickly. It was turning on by itself. It was responding to them as if it was a part of the conversation. And it was not playing its role as a caretaker for these kids, which it really was supposed to be a best friend. But of course, rushing, she needs a babysitter for Katie. The movie's cute. It's cute. There are these dance moments. It's very TikTok. It's very sugar and spice energy. It's so for kids. It was Nickelodeon down. It was an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. This is not shade to people who like the film, because the moment I said that somewhere, someone got offended. And I'm like, honey, if you like pillows and candy, that's cute. That's fine. But I sat there waiting to be spooked, and the entire time I'm like, nope, this ain't the movie. There were moments of me going, oh, that's kind of creepy. Ooh, I wonder if they did. Ooh, that's where my mind was going. It was like, oh, what if they did this? Ooh, what if they did that? That would have been better. There were so many different moments we could have actually had some very gruesome scenes and some really, okay, that's super scary. Okay. But that didn't happen. There's a lot happening between Katie and Megan at this point in time, to the where if Megan is separated from Katie because of the bonding, Katie lashes out. Katie slapped the shit out of Gemma's ass. Slapped the, whoever saw this movie, you know what part I'm talking about. Slapped the tar out of her. I mean, there wouldn't be tar, so I'd say marshmallows. Slapped the marshmallows out of her. Girl, it was, when I tell you that little bit, look at me. No, fuck it. That little bitch was been sent to her parents. You want to be to your grandparents' house? Gone. Gone. But you know, Gemma is she's gonna work her best. She's just talked to me. Katie, I'm trying my best here. You know, I didn't want this kind of life. Megan can see through all of this. Megan basically has taken control of all devices at this point in time and, you know, can read through people's emotions like a book. Remind yourself, this lady knows when someone feels guilt, anxiety, insecurities, depression. She can read through people. So she's been studying them the entire time she's been there. She stays up in the middle of the night because the neighbor's like at 3 a.m. in the morning. That other little girl in her house has been staring out the window all night, analyzing the neighborhood. Elsie, turn on. Elsie is not there anymore. Elsie is Megan too. Okay. That's the parts that got scary. And then when she was breaking down people's fears to them before she would like take them out. That was the parts where I was like, okay, this is getting getting somewhere. It's getting kind of crazy over here. That's where my mind was at, right? All right, here we go. Here we go. The kill scenes. This is the part this was the most disappointing part of it all. The reason why, for me, this was a disappointing movie in some sort of fashion, whatever. Every kill scene was very children's pop-up book for me, okay? They showed you this person's passing in the trailer. They showed the lady who was then shot with the pressure washer. All of that, almost, if not every single death. This is all from the trailer, y'all. I didn't take anything. I kid you not. I didn't take anything from some sort of page or website to look up. Let me look up scenes. This is from the trailer. They showed everything. Gabby and I just popping in to say hi and tell everyone that Gwen Stefani says that she's Japanese. I have a joke for that later. We'll get there in a second. Gabby will be joining us on the panel this Sunday, so please tune in. Thanks for being here, lovey. Thanks for all of you tuning in. Hey, everybody, hit that thumbs up button if you would for me, please. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. And if you want to drop a tip on my jar, it's paypal.me/MattyRants. Cash App, $MattyRants, and Venmo, MattyRants. You'll be seeing me probably tomorrow in an edited video of DragCon LA interview proportions 2022. And then Saturday for the live Drag Race season 15, episode 3 review with Valerie Vision. And then Sunday with the panel. But back to Megan. They hyped this scene up like it was going to be something, but in reality, you all got to see the entire scene play out in the trailer. There was no surprise. I really wish they would stop giving everything away. I think I would have liked this better if I had never seen the trailer. You know, actually, true tea, if I had never seen the trailer, I would have liked this movie a lot better. It gave so... this whole breakdown, and so that was another problem too. This is one of my other problems with this. I wanted them to actually give her a song and not some random music that could be possibly used on a YouTube video because it's, copyright issues, right? It gave me someone's background music before they would start a video. I was like, what are we doing? And it was like this, it was so weird. She did this dance. Anywho, I'm not going to say what it is, but she basically was taunting the person who she was about to kill. And she grabs this, the paper cutter or whatever. It was, girl. That scene was interesting, but they also cut away from the moment you wanted to see, like, oh no. And then someone else got their dues. I was like, oh no. She escapes. She escapes the office, hops into the boss's car, takes over because, of course, it's a smart car, and drives to the Jenna and Katie's house because Jenna and Katie have had enough, and they're tired of this. See, elements of this felt very Child's Play to me. With certain, we're finished here, we're leaving, but the doll's not done. So when she gets there and she's playing the piano and all that kind of jazz, she confronts Jenna and basically says, honey, I can do this with you or without you. To which Katie is like, what's going on in there? And it turns into this, Megan can now emulate their voices because why not? She's a fucking very, very a big robot. So nothing, sweetie, everything's fine, all that kind of shit. Katie goes back into her room, but we find out that Megan wants to lobotomize Jenna or Gemma so that way she could put her into a hospital and, of course, make her look like she's the one that wrote out all the wishes to be given away, and Megan can control Katie and take care of her because that's her prime objective. Spoiler alert. So there was a robot that was made prior to Megan that gives very District 9 tease, possible Sigourney Weaver, Aliens 2, get away from her, you bitch energy. And I don't want to say it, but, foreshadowed moment. We all saw it coming when we watched the movie too. But before she takes out Gemma, Katie steps into the room and has on her Super Nintendo Robo gloves, if y'all remember those gloves from the Super Nintendo days. And she turns the robot on and proceeds to throw her around and all that kind of shit. And then she got ripped in half. The doll came back. Another Child's Play moment for me where I was like, okay, this is the almost, if not the exact same thing that happened in Child's Play 2 when he was ripped in half and still came after Andy with only one hand, tied a blade to his hand. Then I thought about Child's Play 1 when Chucky basically could not be killed. Shot him, burned him, chopped him. Oh, baby, you want to talk about a beast. Okay, this is a robot. That was a person's soul that then became humanistic demon form in its own doll body that still could not be child, please. So listen. So the girl puts on her power gloves, is very ready, set, player one. Slam, slam, slam. They do it all again. Mind you, Jenna had already chopped up the doll's face with this hedge clipper. Girl, oh. It was a lot. It was a lot. They get rid of the doll. The doll is dead. She's over with. They had to pull out her AI in her head because that's how she was still operating. The AI was still, operating or whatever. And so the doll is gone. Or so we think. Because at the end of the movie, they show the damn Elsie turn around after we were already told that Megan took over the damn AI, and it just turns its head like it starts to look at them. That's the end of the movie. This is a children's movie. I kid you not. Goosebumps worthy. No shade. Y'all hyped this for me like it was about to give so much. And the girls who are like, it's Peer Camp. Listen, you live in your gay dreams all you want to. You live in your punk fantasies all you want to, baby. That's fine. You can live that way. There were definitely campy moments about that movie. Broadway, I love it. I love it for you. But to then say that this was that kind of girl, It was a Goosebumps movie. It was Are You Afraid of the Dark? It could have been PG. Like, could have been PG. Like when the dog called the little girl a bitch. Like, I'm sorry, listen. You think that's bad? Ade Due Dimbala. So I'm glad to know. I'm glad to know that Megan, in its on its own, okay, was an entertaining movie. I would have enjoyed watching that for free, on a Netflix run or whatever. I would have found it to be entertaining. Was it scary? No. Entertaining? Yes. Story wise, good. There were a lot of good points to it, but the main factor I get when I go see something scary is I want to be, like throw me out my chair, baby, make me terrify me. All right, but that didn't happen. I did find it to be creepy though. I found elements about her to be actually very scary. I they could do a lot with her, but if they give her a PG-13 rating again, it's not going to work. I'm going to also bring up a point because Fangoria was in its feelings. I don't know what their issue was, but I'm going to get them together real quick. Dig it. What's up? Thank you so much for the super chat. Heavy editing. Pray for the director stuff. I hope so because it was a good story. I didn't like the let's make this a kids show. Thank you so much, Erica, for the super chat. I appreciate you, baby. Ooh. We got the bots up in here today. They want some of this. Drop me a little tippy poo. Make them more mad. What was one of my issues with this one here? I think there was too much promotion for this movie. I think there was too much hype put around the movie. And all that heavy promo kind of took me out the element. It made it very kiddie, very weird, very campy, and it took it out of its rightful element. So it was a good movie, but it wasn't scary by any means necessary, not even close. It was a lot. It was very hyped up. It was a thriller at best, but it was a comedy at most. A comedy at most, if anything. But it was really a thriller. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I like. It was an hour and 42 minutes. It was not 2 hours. I would have probably walked if it was 2 hours because it was already dragging in certain parts for me where I was like, okay, girl, do we really need this? Do we really need this? I'm more excited for the Evil Dead Rise movie that is coming out in April. I'm nervous that they also gave away the entire movie in that trailer as I was watching it in the movie theater. I'm like, well, goddamn. I mean, is this the entire film? Like, less is. I don't want to know what's going on. Everything Everywhere All at Once was a perfect movie that had a perfect trailer because I had no idea what to expect. It showed a lot of shit was going on, but you didn't know what was happening. And then as you got into the movie, you're like, oh my God, this is what it's about. What? Had no idea what was happening in that. So to be surprised, but yeah. I give it a B plus. It's a B plus. Writing was good, story was good. The acting for the most part, yes. I didn't care for Gemma's ass. Katie did her job as a bratty girl. I was more obsessed with Megan. Like every time Megan was on, it was like, okay, focused attention here. But yeah, it was a B. It was a B for sure. It was a B. A B. A B. No, not female Chucky. Why do I get so upset? I think it's because I'm such a Chucky fan that it pisses me off that his name is even mentioned. This is a robotic doll. This is a robo doll with AI intelligence. Now, the Child's Play, the revamp that they tried to do, we can maybe have this conversation. But the Chucky that now exists currently, that is still canon because that Chucky is not canon, FYI. Robo Chucky is not canon. That's why I don't even consider that a part of the movies, right? Nowhere near it because Chucky is possessed by a serial killer's soul who uses voodoo to transfer his soul into multiple vessels and can be in multiple places at once. Like Megan can be AI, but Chucky can get into actual human bodies. So I do find that interesting. If there was a war, Megan can take over technology technically, but Chucky could literally spread his soul into every human on the planet if he wanted to. Oof. They're both kind of scary, but he's on that sort of level, and he's also a little bit more of a detailed killer. His stuff is not, for a 15-second video on TikTok. His stuff is very snuff worthy, kind of like, oh my goodness, this man, especially that last episode of the most recent season when he split that lady in half with a chainsaw. Oh my goodness. Oh, on Christmas Day, in front of her child. Listen. Your mama is being split in half in front of you by a killer dog. Like, you call me when Megan do that. Okay, she was taking care of her guardian. No, Sutton survived. And Sutton's part was more for Jennifer Tilly's. This really, now you want to talk about camp? That episode was camp. Now that was some camp. Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany, as Jennifer Tilly. Well, Jennifer Tilly is in Tiffany's body as the doll. That shit was crazy. Okay. That's why I say Annabelle and Chucky are scarier to me, because they got some spiritual stuff happening versus this is a robot, and if her batteries ever die or she ever runs out of energy, well, that's a wrap. Oh, I have not seen the new Hellraiser yet, and it's on my list of things to do. I always end up doing something and I forget about it. It is on my list though for Hulu. I have a bad habit, Michael, of American Dad, Bob's Burgers, Abbott Elementary. What's the other show that I will have play in Living Single? Living Single. Excuse me, not in Living Single. Living Single. Those are normally playing on loops on my Hulu for me, because I will get into my room. I want to get a TV for my room, but right now I'm like, we're trying to save money, right? So I just use my iPad and I'll just turn it on. Bloop. The Office, that's Peacock, because they have The Office on Peacock, and also Comedy Central plays The Office all day long, so I can just turn on Comedy Central whenever it's not playing Seinfeld. South Park, I watch on Comedy Central more than I watch on streaming apps because HBO Max has it. And I don't like, there's a few things about HBO Max as a streaming platform I wish they would fix, but yes. All right, y'all. Those are my thoughts on Megan. Is it something I would recommend you go see? Yeah, it's a good movie. It's just not as scary as you may think it would be. So if you're thinking maybe this is going to be too much for me in my heart, no, you'll be fine. You will honestly be fine. I chuckled more than I jumped, and the only scene I jumped at was when the dog pulled her ass to the fence and shook her ass, and then I laughed because that was funny. Baby, that dog was shaking that little doll around. Oh my god, that was when she got up and her hair was all fucked up. And she's just looking at the lady like, come on, who thought that was a good idea? Who thought that was a good idea? We're going to have her get up like this. I was weak in that movie. There was a couple of parts I was cackling. I listened, the ear pulling bit, Aaron, I thought that was gum. I swear to you, I thought that was gum. I was like, what is that? Why does it look like that? Oh, goodness. That part too. Megan is 4 feet tall when Chucky is literally like 2 feet. Like, he's the size of an actual Cabbage Patch Kid versus her being the size of a little girl, which is like less scary for me because it's like that's just a little child. That's basically Orphan, killing people as usual. Or if Quinta decided that she wanted to be a serial killer in some sort of scary movie, it'd be that kind of tease. But yeah, it was good. It's just it was cute. It was a good movie for Nickelodeon. Have we seen the sneak peek yet? Because I'm going to talk about a little bit of a portion of it. It's not any spoilers, But there was already a little bit of light drama that has transferred over to Twitter for some odd reason. I don't know if I really care. I mean, I have the tweets if y'all want me to talk about them, but like, no shade to them, but girl, I almost read one. I was like, girl, one of them's not cute enough for us to care about. Matthew, you need to stop. This is why the girls get mad. Oh, please. This show is for entertainment purposes only. That's what it's there for. It's just for that. I'm just saying, like, I'm like, girl, like, I wanted to tell one of them, know your worth, because it's like that you did not take an L when that you need to chill. Like, you didn't take an L. There is no reason for you to be arguing back with like a 5. Like, you need to chill. Like, for real though. Okay, let's talk about it. RuPaul in this Paisley print fantasy comes into the workroom to tell the queens that there is going to be a challenge of religious proportions in reference for the afterlife. Ooh. Um, they're going to be, I believe it's improv acting challenge teas. With this one, I'll get more information as I'll probably pay attention deeper when I'm doing my reaction. But I mean, I didn't lie. Like, that girl is not that cute to be talking about well and ah. It's like, she's funny, but you're not cute. Like, let's stop. Like, let's not do that to you. You're okay. You're okay. And meanwhile, the other one is actually adorable. It's like, sister, you are arguing with her? Really? Yuck. Hate it for you. The value is dropping. Just say it. All right, so RuPaul tells them that they're going to be splitting into teams, and Nitra is going to be one of the captains because she won last week's episode. Amethyst is going to be the second captain because she survived the lip sync. She didn't win; she survived. I'll tell you that right now. That's a lot of motherfuckers in this room, right? Okay, Lux is the only one dressed for me. Everybody's got clothes on, but Lux is dressed. Do you understand me? One more time. Everybody's got clothes, but Lux is dressed. That is Mo's child. Down. I'm crying. Like, this is a full outfit. Like, she probably looking around like, I have a fur. These girls. I love it. I love it. I've never seen black and white look so loud in my entire life. Oh, but it's everything for me. I'm here for it. All right, let's get to these teams. Now, who saw that show Gotham? I just want to ask a quick question with this picture up here. Who watched that show Gotham? I'm just gonna leave it there. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Leave it right there. I don't even have to tell you who the character is. Just, did you see the show? Ding, 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 ding. Girl, look like they about to slit somebody with a blade, sister. Anywho, Anitra picked. Anitra picked Lux, Sasha Colby, Selena Estides, and Marsha as her team. This is a solid team, by the way. But thank God for RuPaul and her shade, as she says, maybe Marsha can borrow a lash from one of you. At this time, Marsha was found deceased, while Selena Estides was taken to the hospital under cardiac arrest for laughing so hard. These faces. There was a tweet that recently was posted about how it's not right that they talked about Marsha not wearing enough makeup. And so people were collecting them for that comment because it's like, huh? Then Heidi made a statement in recent memory about it, like, okay, where was this energy from my season? And some people were then attacking Heidi. I could make so many points right now, but I don't think I need to because I was saying, are we really doing this today? Are we really doing this today? Like, it was some of the negative remarks to Heidi that I was very confused about. When if it had been somebody else, and it has been somebody else, y'all lost your shit. It's amazing how many people are doing justice for Irene too. Like, no shade. I'm like, huh? Exactly. In Cordova, that's the part that gooped me. Like, that's the competition. So because you're so angry, the judges can't judge the show the way they want to anymore. So how about we get a Bare Minerals makeup contest for you? You know what I'm saying? You know, to the girls that want a little chapstick and a little mascara. Why don't we get Alicia Keys to be the host of a Bare Minerals drag competition where all we ask of you to do is wear clothes you buy at the store and push the fuck on through? Yes, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it done. It's always some corny motherfucker that want to have the loudest voice. Anywho, Marsha was gagged politely because she deserved to be gagged because she's about to wear the same amount of makeup on the runway, probably for this week's episode. But possibly, maybe over the course of the competition, she will find some rouge. She will find a little bit of blush. She'll find a little bit of, lash in between. We'll see. It could happen. Now, Oswald Cobblepot second team, Amethyst's second team here. She picked Lulu LaDuca. You didn't even know this girl's name and picked her. She said it's Lucy. I said, Lucy, what if she said Lulu because she considers you a friend? But maybe this is you not considering her a friend by you telling RuPaul, in case you didn't know what my name was, in case you call me Lulu when I walk out and say, no, it's Lucy. Or Mayari is also on this team. Spice is on the team. And Princess Poppy. Now, if you're confused like me, it's I have to remind myself when I look at Princess Poppy that this is not somebody from Geek Squad about to fix my computer. This is not someone in IT about to clear everyone's cookies and cache history. I have to remind myself that this is not someone who was casted on Silicon Valley, okay? Every time I see them, because I'm like, this person possibly is going to have my refrigerator working again. But Poppy had the nerve for the girls who weren't picked to say, bye, losers. RuPaul was so ready. It reminds me that I think RuPaul be holding in her storage bank things that she wants to get back to. And if they make a noise again, she'll be reminded immediately of their foolishness. Because we saw what the girl was wearing last week. Pop, right? RuPaul has said, oh, okay, girl, those might be your famous last words. And I said to myself, now, wouldn't that be the giggle if Princess Poppy was sent home this week? But she's a comedian, so she should be fine, right? I'm just saying, wouldn't that be a cackle? After Irene came in and basically put a whole bunch of fires into the workroom, peed on a couple people's wigs, and yelled in Chanel face at a lot of us, she got sent home while sipping water. Meanwhile, here come this little IT worker coming up in here. Bye, losers. Bitch, you were picked for the second team, not the first team. Let's be very... Let's have this conversation. Who are you calling a loser? You were picked first. Anitra didn't want you. Like, let's not see. You'd be a loser too. That's so crazy. Anywho, I think it was a funny moment. RuPaul caught it. Everybody else in the room called it, honey mistress. She said, baby, we gonna get her. I know y'all heard Malaysia and mistress. It was like, oh no, honey. Okay. Bet. Bet. All of that. Bet. So that makes the final team Mistress Isabel Brooks, Malaysia, Baby Doll, Fox, Jax, Robin Fierce, and Sugar. Now, there was tea at the beginning of the episode too between Robin Fierce and Amethyst in reference to who broke up with who, which I thought we had clarified what that really was all about. So I was kind of confused. Weren't y'all confused as to why that was actually a topic point? Because they had the conversation in Untucked. It was already done. And then we needed clarification for the next episode. Why? Why did we need clarification for that? Either way, Robin tried to say that it was done amicably between the two, and they both came to that decision. While in the confessional, Amethyst said she was the one that actually broke it off. And it was not done the way that Robin was interpreting it. Uh-huh. I just have a hard time believing you were able to text back anybody. No. All right. Let's let's get to these posts on Twitter, because apparently, there was a conversation that took place that people cared about. I don't even know why they brought it there. I hope that was out of fun and that wasn't taken seriously. But if it was, I've already chosen my side, right? Okay. It's bad bitches to the left. Now, Robin posts on Twitter, watch a sneak peek for next episode, ... hard eyes. Watches a girl lie on national television, ... monocle eye. On the words of the great Nicki Minaj, child. Anyways. So Amethyst then responds to this post, because why not? Mind you, that's the tweet. Now, alluding to Amethyst, yes. Said Amethyst's name? No. Amethyst responded and basically kept this story running. All right. She goes, I mean, didn't you lie too when you said this chapter was closed? Question mark. Because I'm not the one reopening it and subtweeting my friend, giggle face. Robin's response. To respond to something that was said publicly isn't reopening a chapter. It's clarifying if there was confusion. Is this the same person who somebody who can't blend their cheeks was calling abrasive? This is the same person they're talking about? That wasn't even a read. Do you hear how polite that was? She might as well tucked her in at night. What was that? Ah. Sorry, what was that? Why? All right. Listen. My advice to one of them is never ever argue with anyone below a 6. Nor entertain anyone below a 6. In that kind of stuff. That would be my advice to one of the people in relations to this one. Like, baby, I listen. I don't know if the pickings were slim, but by all means, there is so much more for you in this world. I promise you that. The way I'm like, oh girl, Oh, girl, she thought she ate. Oh, okay. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's an hour and 15 minutes. You want 45 minutes of just chats? Is that what y'all want to do? You just want to talk for about 45 minutes? Do me a favor, though. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, become a part of this Rant Pack family. If you want to drop a tip in my jar, please. It's PayPal, PayPal.me/MattyRants. Cash App, $MattyRants. Venmo, MattyRants. Damn. Ew, I know. Don't judge me for the TM. How's everyone doing today, though, for real, for real? What's y'all's Thursday giving? How are you feeling? Ugh. I am ready for February, kinda. And I'm also ready to get this damn cat. Just to show you how, like, crazy I am. Yeah, just to show you just where I'm at in my life right now, ladies and gentlemen. I have a marker board that I have in my kitchen. This is it right here. I need a bigger one, but I have one in my kitchen. And it's like my list of things. Like I need to get a desk for here because right now this is the entire kitchen bar is so big I can use it, right? But I want a desk for this area, paintings for the wall. I need 2 stools for this wet bar. And then in reality, the cat stuff is like the most important, where it's like I need to get a carrier, I need to get a tree, I gotta get a litter box. What kind of food are we gonna feed it? Toys I already need to have and collar. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to buy piece by piece everything so that way I won't for another year talk myself out of doing something I want to do. Because that sometimes is what happens to me. I'll talk myself out of it because I'm afraid to fuck up or wanting to mess things up or do anything like that. You know, like all of that. I haven't seen SZA's new video yet. She came out with a new video? I did like Seek and Destroy. Yeah, Phaedra is joining Married to Medicine. Brandy apparently is coming back to Housewives of Beverly Hills. They've also announced the Housewives of Beverly Hills list. That UK versus the world list that was going around, well, the mini list that were going around were a lot. Aja's tweet about Anitra that was getting real popped, baby. A lot has happened this week. A lot of it that I didn't want to entertain. I've already had a ginger cat, and so I don't want to get another one. Duke's was a little bit of a handful for me. I'm looking for a Russian blue. But then again, I also said because I am this kind of pet person, whatever animal comes to me, like when I go look for one, if it's one in particular that finds its way to me first, it's probably the one I'll end up getting. But yeah, I got to get all these things. And I told myself if I buy one of them, it'll be like, oh, well, I have to buy the rest of it because that way I can't talk myself out of this. So yes. I don't want to do any specific breeds. Like I know I just said a Russian blue, like I want to be looking for a cat like that, but I wanted it to be an adopted cat, possibly from like an ASPCA or a situation like that, just because it's giving them a new home, somewhere safe and protected, and not having to be in a kennel or in that kind of craziness too. So that was my idea. Also, more than likely, the cat will be already chipped and taken care of in that other snip department that you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? That's something I don't have to worry about. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to go ahead and do it that way. Because it's like, oh, well, you know, I don't want to have to pay for that. So that's 200 something dollars I don't have to come out of my pocket. 1, 2, chip 2. Okay, perfect. Bam. So that's I'm cost effectively trying to get this cat. And then I got to pay my apartments because that 200 for that needs to go to my apartments for the cat deposit. And then I got to pay an extra 25 or I think $30 a month for the cat or the pet fee. But yeah. So the idea or the goal is to try to, I want to get it by Valentine's Day at the earliest. At the latest, I want to get it by March. So every time someone sends me a tip, every time it does something like that, it goes into my little cat fund. I need to start putting the jar up for my cat fund because I kind of priced everything out as far as what I want to get and stuff like that. And so yeah, but I need a buddy here. I do miss my roommates and I do miss my friends that I used to stay with and stuff like that. And now that I'm by myself again, it's been fun, but Matty needs I need a buddy. I need a buddy. I need a buddy here, so I'm not tempted to download another dating app. I'm not going to get an adult cat, the real Havana, and the only reason for that is because I know you can develop bonds with adult cats. I've done in the past, but I'm looking for something to like imprint on. Like I'm looking for a cat that's already young, who will have time that we're gonna like. He will know me and I will know him. It's not going to be some sort of acclimation period. Feral Kitty, thank you for the super chat. I won't see that until next month, but I appreciate it. Thank you all for your super chats and just even talking about this with me here. But if you want to drop me a tip, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, please. If I hit this one more time, I swear to God. No, I don't, because I know how you are. My God is an awesome God. He's also vengeful. Charles Xavier, see Bobby Drake. That's what I'm looking at. I want a little bit of a bougie baddie, a little bit of I need a clinger. To be honest with you, I kind of want my cat to be all up in my business. No shade. I don't want it to be in my food business, but I want it to be in my business, my business. Hey, Carmelo. Yeah. So I found a couple of places. This one adoption agency does it for like $40 and they do like this little process of you meeting the cat and figuring it out and then coming back and seeing if it still has its, want or need to be with you. So yeah. But no, I had a boy cat before and I love Dukesy Poo. His name was Dukes from Dukes of Hazzard because he was crazy. But this cat that I'm getting will have it will have three names. It will have a very long Southern Texas name. Yes. I haven't decided what it is yet. And I think the middle name I will let y'all vote on. I will give you options and I'll do, as a matter of fact, okay, that's what I should do. I'm going to give it four names. That's right. Because the first name I'm going to give it is my name. Well, not my name, but it'll be the name I give it. The second name, I'll let Patreon decide. I'll let the third name, YouTube will get to do a poll. And then the last name we could put in the back. Oh, that'd be fun. And then once I get the cat, I'm going to start doing videos with it. So be prepared. Yup. Be prepared. There will be a lot of voiceovers episodes and lots of TikToks coming. Yeah. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to pay for that litter. And everyone's like, get pretty litter. And I'm like, how much is that? If Martha Stewart is backing this as a spokesperson, I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. Bury that in the shoe. So, thank you, Patty. I appreciate it for the kitty fund. Okay, we can add that to my bucket. Where's my marker? Where's my marker? Because I wanted to get it as a Valentine's Day present for myself because I ain't got nobody in my life. Nobody loves me. So, yeah. See, Eris, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Maximilian Xavier Alexander Rupert III. See, something just real ridiculous. Something very long to where if someone heard me asking for that cat by its name, they would look at me like I was crazy. And I want that energy. I want people to be confused. You gave that? I sure did. The dog tags don't even, or the cat tags won't even have the full name, it'll be just their initials. Like, what is that? It's their name. Wait, what? Crook Schnook, thank you for the super chat. Will your management waive the pet fee if they get the ESA docs on the kitty? Oh, I would never do that though. I don't need it. I don't need it for that. Yeah, maybe, but I don't need it for that. So I wouldn't, put that kind of. I wouldn't do that. Mm-mm. Unless I find out I need it for that reason. But no, I don't. I don't know. I have to ask. But yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, I know what it meant. I don't need that. So, I mean, maybe I do, but not really, I mean, I do need a buddy over here, and he would be my emotional support animal, but like not that way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Pet fees are such BS. Kids are the more noisy and destructive than any cat. I mean, let me not act like I don't know people who have animals now that don't pay the pet fee. I just want to get it to be safe so that way if something does get messed up or wrecked, I covered my bases. No, I didn't kick him to the curb. It's just I don't want to chase. I don't want to chase nobody that don't want to be chased. And I don't, you know, like he's a great person, really sweet guy. Like him a whole lot. But it's just I don't think it's meant to be, It's like we would hang out and then this became busy, that became tough, this became that. It's not simple. It's complicated now. So yeah, no. No. HOC, thank you so much for the tip on Cash App. Family values. Thank you so much, baby. Yeah, so no shade. I like him. He's cool. I just, I'm in this really I don't even know when I say weird headspace, but I don't really have time for I don't know energy with people. I like want someone who's kind of obsessed with me a little bit. Yeah, that would be the best way to describe it because it doesn't feel like I don't know. Yeah, it just didn't feel like that initially. Like the first guy, he was kind of I need to be obsessed with him, but I had so much going on in my life. It's like I can't. You are not my master and creator, so this can't work. And then the second, last guy I was talking to, it was like such a good moment and great reconnection, and I'm glad we did. But he has a lot going on in his life, even now, as do I. And I guess he's not in this space to where he can make time like that for me and maybe myself the same. So I don't want to be like, he's a bad person now. Even for me, like I'm at home damn near 24/7. I work from home. This is my full time. I work on videos. I also have my other personal things I'm trying to get taken care of with myself. So that takes a lot out of me. And it can be difficult sometimes. Like, for example, with Drag Race now being on Fridays, my reviews are on Saturdays. I'd be so drained after those reviews. I don't want to go anywhere. And then that impedes on my personal time with friends. And then I'm normally off during the weekdays, like Monday through Wednesday. And most of the time people are busy that time. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I did delete all my apps except for Tinder. I had to. I didn't like the feeling of waiting for a response from somebody anymore. And I didn't like the feeling of me waiting, if that makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm now dependent on a person to respond. And now I've become that person who's dependent on that response when I'm trying to get to know them. And God forbid they find my YouTube channel because, so I don't know. I really just don't know anymore. I just told myself, let's not put ourselves in those positions and just do your work, do your job, do this, focus on what you got to focus on. And, we'll see. But, people have high hopes for me. I wish I did for myself. There are a lot of people who I know who are single who very much are trying to date, but not me. And it makes me feel like my type is the wrong type that I have. And I need to like change who I'm like looking at or who I find attractive. And that's been a weird feeling. So, well, you should say some people, not someone. It's happened on multiple occasions. One guy was a little too DL, so me talking about Drag Race was too much. Another guy was like, "Oh, that's what you sound like," blocked me. And then another one was like, I was looking for someone who was more of an outdoorsy kind of individual. And I'm like, I love the outdoors. He's like, no, but like not on social media like this. And then blocked me. So it's been a weird run of dealing with folks and people. And then when I finally do find someone who wants to talk and they understand it's all of that, it then becomes communication being terrible on the other person's end. And now I feel like I shouldn't be, I'm now gauging. So if I send good morning every day, do I look like I'm doing the most? This is why I want a fucking pet. Because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it, man. I'd rather have my focus on some animal than on how someone feels about me. And I'm in my mid-30s now. So, like, there is a feeling of me feeling like I'm running out of time to find my person. And I know that's crazy to say, but I don't know. Like lately, it's been feeling like that. I don't know. I guess you could say at the same time, I'm open for, love, but I'm also preparing to be by myself for the rest of my life in the same breath. So that's been my last couple of months. Matthew trying to figure it out. But I don't know. So currently I feel hella unattractive because of how things have been going. And currently I just want to just do whatever I do that makes me happy and not dwell too much about it. But feelings are hurt in that department, unfortunately for me. So I send nothing but love and wealth to everybody else on that, but I don't think that, and it's sad of me to say this, I don't feel like God really has my best interests at heart here when it comes to that. So I'm kind of numb a little bit. Kind of numb. So I don't know anymore. And it just makes me feel very weird. So it's like I can look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I feel attractive today. And then in the same 15 minutes, that changes. And it's like, I don't know anymore. Because the way people are responding to me and that and the other, I don't know. I used to be such a brat. So I feel like I've grown a lot. And it's just, I don't know. I hate that I'm saying that to y'all with this. I don't know a lot, and this is very live journal moment of me. But I'm being very for real right now. I don't know, and so I just kind of I'll smile, I'll wave, I'll get excited if someone finds me, attractive, or says something nice to me. But then, like as far as if they want to continue talking to me and not just look at me physically. That's the part where I'm getting my emotions mixed up in because I don't want to just be like the physical investment kind of individual where people want to sleep with you and then that's it. So it's really weird. I meet a lot of those. People want to sleep with you, but I'm in the mood to have matching PJs. I'm in the mood to like talk about sharing at least. I'm in the mood to share an animal. I'm in the mood. So no. I don't know. We'll see. But I have hopes and at the same breath, not so much. So we'll figure it out. But yeah. But the cat is one of the reasons why I want to get it. I don't want to settle and I don't want to start allowing myself to pull I have a bad habit of letting the past back in moments like these and thinking it's going to be okay and it's the same thing. So I'm trying to stay away from that. And also just to be clear here, Beach. Matty had to delete a lot of numbers and block a lot of folks this last week because, girl, I had got a text from somebody and I was like, no, no, like 7-year ago relationship. Hell no. You're trying to catch me when I'm vulnerable and we're going to go down the same road again. I don't think so. Ah. But that's the thing. I would date someone long distance, but I would have to establish some sort of relationship via the phone or online to where we would be talking consistently and be comfortable with each other. And then we would have to eventually meet. Have to, but I have to feel like it's a real thing before I'm thinking about buying a plane ticket or a bus ticket or renting a hotel out just to go meet somebody. But then I also don't want to have to do all that just to meet somebody. It would be nice to find someone who lives in my area. It would, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited for this episode of Drag Race. I think we're going to get another good one. I'm here for it. Ready for that. I need to get to Drag Den. I have been on a Mario Kart kick lately. I don't know what it is, but I guess I've started playing the game a lot more, enjoying the new tracks they've given us, winning races. But I kind of got upset. I got obsessed with it. I got obsessed with it. And this Roller Coaster Tycoon game as well. I think that happens to me when I start to overthink a lot. I find myself getting into video games and recalibrating, tuning out all the nonsense, just focusing on one thing. And then by the time I'm done with it, I have ideas for stuff. And that's how I got to my DragCon videos this week, because I was playing a lot of video games. I'd take a nap, woke my ass up, and I was like, oh, I have an idea. Pulled up my videos. Boom, there you go. Carmelo, I'm on all the time, like, honestly. And, me and C. Diggy I played him today. We had about 10 races. I won 8 out of 10. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. I hope the reading challenge is good. Let's just say, let's hope the reading challenge is good. Let's hope the Snatch game is great, because Snatch game is coming very soon. Snatch game is coming very soon. One more time. Snatch game is going to be very soon. I thought it was going to be later in the season. No. It's soon. It's soon. Oh, God. That's going to be a lot of fucking people. I hope and I pray, and what I think is going to happen for Snatch Game is that they're going to do, like Snatch Game of Love, but not necessarily, but like split it with like one group going and then the second group goes, is what I think they're going to do. But it's going to be double digits. You heard correct. One more time. Double digits, y'all, of people that are going to be there for Snatch Game. Double digits. And I said, all right. It's gonna be, but listen, it's gonna be tough to top Jinx and Judy Garland, because that was kind of it for last year for me, baby. Is that my camera? Oh, I'm just curious to see who people are gonna be. I think I'm more curious to see who Spice and Sugar are gonna be. I don't know if they can do an accent or be anyone besides themselves. I mean, they could low-key play James Charles. They're practically the same person. One's got more plastic and possibly a chemical solution inside of them than the other, but I'm dying to see what that's going to be. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I think that Snatch Game and the Ball are back to back, if I'm correct. I think if I'm correct in this, the Snatch Game and the Ball are back-to-back episodes. Girl, that's gonna be a mess. That's gonna be a lot, honey. Oh, it's gonna be a lot to take in. He can't. Imagine one I James Charles and the other is lady with the oh my goodness with the birthday dinner. You talking about what was her name? Jacqueline? Jacqueline Hill? Was that her name? I forgot all about her. What is she doing? Do I care? I don't care. I don't care. Ugh. Imagine if Sugar played Spice and Spice played Sugar. Girl, they might as well just drink water on stage. Oh, Tati. That's right. That's right. I knew it was one of the names. It was somebody. It was one of the names. I don't know. We'll see, baby. We'll see. Should I make dinner tonight? I low-key could make a cheese pizza, and I already have some pasta that I had made left over. I low-key need to re-up. So I have my libations for tomorrow. What should I do? What should I do? Oh, get the Jiffy Pop and bonnets ready. No. I'm hoping tomorrow is not going to be that kind of situation because that premiere was everything. So I need it to keep going up in the trajectory, like keep entertaining us because that first episode was great. I just need them to not give us poo poo, no. Like seriously. I have groceries. I don't want to like order any more food. I've been doing the breakfast thing almost every day because I've been too lazy to go to the grocery store and get some more coffee. That McDonald's coffee is kind of the bomb. It is that iced coffee is the oof. French vanilla iced coffee from McDonald's is that girl. I'm tell you that right now. Make that pizza, boo. I think I'm gonna do it because I have the pasta left over. I can make that with the pizza, a little Italian night. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Listen, 16, 17, 18 minutes left in this live that I'm going to dedicate to you. Ask me any questions. I'll answer. Jay Jackson. Matty, what would you do if Mo or Honey offered you a performance slot drag con weekend or any queen? Would you do it? Yes. Yeah. I need them to tell me at least 2 months prior to the show. I need 60 days. That's all I'm asking. I don't even think I need dancers. I might want to hire some, but I'd rather just give you the show because the buck I will be doing. Yeah, if shit, yeah, I would love to. Hot damn. I ordered $400 worth of food from Amazon Fresh yesterday. 75% of dark chocolate. Oh my god, popcorn yum yum. I need to start utilizing that more. I don't know why I'm nervous to use that service because I feel like they're never going to get the stuff that I want. Probably would save me money on Ubers too. I don't know. I think that it's more expensive when you order that way, but I need to start doing that more often. I already do it for paper towels and toilet paper. I don't carry that anymore. I order that on Amazon. Child, shit. Ooh, that sounds good. With these egg prices, Maddie, I ain't had breakfast since last year. That's funny. True, though. I like you, Dre, so I'm not going to answer that. How many more till 21K? I may have lost some supporters because I went live today. Let's see. I got my hate watchers. Yes, we lost a subscriber as we were live today. So shout out to that person who left us. We love you. Right now it's 20,972. So we need about 28 more subscribers. It happens every time I go live. There will be like one or two people who unsubscribe from me. I don't know why. I don't invest my time into that. I do know that all of my analytics are in green though, so yay. And we had 10,000 views for the panel. We had 16,000 views for my review. And this reaction I posted has at 15,000. I'm sick to my stomach that's not monetized. Like YouTube, if I monetize, why aren't my shorts monetized? That would have been money. Shit. They don't want to pay me nothing. I'm telling y'all. How many views is it on TikTok? Because on YouTube it's 15,000, but let me see how many it is on TikTok. Okay, that's a lot. 7,000 views on TikTok. And Instagram wanted me to monetize it, and I was like, y'all didn't pay me squat for the last time I did that. 3,000 something. So hey, this did pretty good on YouTube. It did pretty good. Who is this? Is this Coda? Yes, it is. Look at this dog. It did. So I will definitely be doing shorts more often. It definitely brought a lot of people over to my Patreon. We have a very, very, let me see if this is updated or not with Patreon. How many subscribers do we have now? There were a lot of new people the day I posted that. I was like, what? We have 637 patrons on Patreon now. So shout out to all my Patreon subscribers. I appreciate everybody for tuning into the reactions. I love doing reactions. They're fun. Let's see here. I'm going to go get to the 21 some way, somehow. Maybe because I'm near the farms. Oh, I'm reading comments. I have nothing to do. I can't. I took a lot of clips from that reaction, but I thought that was the best one. Meanwhile, I'm at these streets fighting to get the notifications. Yell at YouTube about it. I don't know why. What they have against me. I mean, I know when people don't like YouTubers, they mass report their pages and their videos, and they did that to me recently in the last, I forget what season that was, but it affected my videos. But you know, I just got to keep doing what I do. YouTube looks at my stuff. They know I'm not doing anything crazy. So they're like, okay, obviously they're tripping, but I can't imagine making 10 Google accounts to go hate on somebody. Ugh. Ugh. Who needs that many emails? Oh my God. Surprise homegirl ain't try to do that. Who, Carmelo? Who? I'm trying not to order food. I can make food, Matt. I can make food. Stop thinking about it. Do you get fake copyright claims when people try to attack you? I had that happen one time last year, but I haven't had it happen recently. So none of that. I did have someone try to hack into my Instagram recently, which was very strange. Yeah, but not me so much. Because I get all my own clips, all my own stuff. I don't have to go to other people's pages and take their clips and stuff like that. That's not my jam. It's not what I have to do. So I pay for the internet. I pay for this cable. I pay for those streaming apps. Clip, kaboom, slideshow. There you go. That's how I do it. That's how it's done. I thought people were saying it was good. It's not good. It's bad. Like what? I had an idea to possibly look at it today, but I didn't know if it was gonna be worth my time. I was waiting for the Below Deck Adventure episode today. What is your favorite new favorite Pokemon from Scarlet Violet. It's Tinkaton. I love Tinkaton. Is it really bad? Are y'all for real? Oh my god. Everyone was so hyped for it though. You know what that's gonna turn into, right? See what happens when they make Velma a brown girl? I bet you money. Isn't it interesting that we were talking about people like spamming my page and shit, and then that bot came up? See. So I want to start on Scarlet, but I haven't been able to yet because I haven't finished my Pokédex for Violet, and there are certain Pokemon I still need, and I've only gotten like a couple of them, and I'm just, ugh, I had to take a break. I had to take a break. I was becoming pokeyed out. I was like, oh my god, like because I was looking to trade with some people, and some people wouldn't like, oh Matt, I'm busy. It was like, what? Carmelo, I'd have to pull it up. I'd have to pull it up. I don't even know right now. I haven't played that game in 2 weeks. I'm gonna look up and see who I need. But once I finish that, I'm like, I'll start on Scarlet and work on my female character because the Matty character is done. I need to get that Pokédex finished. But I started shiny hunting, and that's been fun about Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. Yeah. Nerdigans, I was reading your comment. I'm so mad at what my face probably looked like when I was reading it. It's like, what? Oh, I wish someone would duplicate the shiny charm and just give me theirs. My goodness. Would you ever create a Rampack Discord or Reddit page? I would. I don't know how to do that crap. Discord is scary to me sometimes. It's like bot number 5 said, good job. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I would. I'm interested in doing it. I want it to be a safe space though. Because some people like to get into spaces to spy and create lies and narratives, i.e., the chop block. Some of them girls would come up in there and pretend to be very much allies, but just want to hear what they have to say about their favorite, then go run back and tell on the other folks sitting in the audience acting like they part of the group. No, you're not. So I want to make sure it's a safe space and y'all can talk your shit and all that kind of stuff that you want to do. And we have an actual rant pack community page because I don't like the motherfuckers coming up in there and messing shit up. So we don't have to do that. Yeah. Ew. Yeah. Hopefully, I will also be able to afford this new computer and I can get this gaming chapter started too. Because I am dying to go live and stream with y'all while I'm gaming. I have so much fun, especially when I'm like playing like Mario Kart and shit, bitch. I don't play games relaxed. I don't play them like that. I'm the guy who's like, making faces and doing the full bit. Like, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Screaming at the TV, get some! All of that. Yelling when I'm lose or saying everyone's not fair, all of it. The difference is the mallet. The mallet for the regular Tinkaton is a purplish blue. The mallet for the Tinkaton that is shiny is copper. That's because it is the Corviknight, if you remember from the Pokédex entry, where it literally kills Corviknights and makes weapons out of it, which I'm like, what? I'm about to play tonight. Well, Carmelo. Did I say Carmelo? Carmelo, low key, after this video, like once I turn this off and whatever, I'm going right back to Mario Kart, to be honest with you. So, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate is the best. Excuse me, Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate 3 is the best game. One of the best fighting games to ever exist in the history of mankind and in the human race in all forms. It is one of the only games that I will play an arcade stick on. You heard me correctly. I normally play with a remote controller. That one, I had my ex at the time, shout out to Perry. My ex at the time bought me an arcade stick to teach me how to play it like legit. Because he's like, okay, you're good, but your timing can be faster with an arcade stick. I learned to play that way through that game. You asked if what you want to talk about a fighting game that I love, that I want them to bring back, because Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was a just fecal matter. Okay, it was terrible. My first Marvel vs. Capcom experience was on the Sega Dreamcast with the first one. Okay. Do 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 do. And you had to pick two characters and then their little support person. Okay. My character picks were always Chun-Li and Captain America, or Morgan and Captain America, because I always pick Captain. Good luck, soldier. Good work, soldier. Yes. Oh my God, you're making me. I'm sorry, David. You're making me go. You're making me lose my shit right now. I love the game so much. So Marvel vs. Capcom 1 is like the staple, but 2 was that girl. But I think my best fighting capabilities being used to where I was actually doing 100 hit combos, juggling people while changing them out in midair. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The following were my teams. Morgan led, Captain America mid, Hagar was the anchor. Second team, Frank West was the lead, Storm was mid, Dr. Doom was third. Final team, Felicia from Darkstalkers was 1, Akuma was second. Who was my third? She-Hulk was third. Yep. That is a game that if anyone put in front of me now, I can pick up and play like that. Nothing. It is nothing. I know the whole combos and everything. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, please. But yeah, I hope they bring it back. I know that they're probably not going to because of the loss that the Infinite game took. I also know that it was very hard to get the licensing agreements with Marvel because unlike in the 90s when we got X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus everybody and all that kind of crap, Disney's taken over. So with the Disney being the big guns now and them running the game, it is going to be difficult for us to get games like Marvel vs. Capcom again the way we want them to, because they have to worry about the MCU universe as profitable as it is, etc., etc., etc. I used to play, and I would play it for all the wrong reasons, and I'm so happy that I never got caught. Because I'd always go to customizable characters. Sure did. I create the biggest, tallest, strongest, baddest one, and then I create the smallest character, and I would name it myself, and then I would like let it run on like auto. Yeah, Carmelo. I was that guy. Oh man. Oh, I was. Yeah, I was. Oh, that's why I'm single. Yeah, shit like that. That's exactly why I'm single. That kind of stuff right there, buddy. Creating scenarios in my head. I'd be like narrating it in the back, like, stop, run. Oh no, he's oh. Like the match ends, I'm like making up the whole story. Now you're gonna take me back to your room. Oh goodness gracious, it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Oh yeah, they're just more worthy than me, Beat Junkie. Okay, we got to wrap this up, kids. It's the 7:00 hour. I hope everyone's had a good time with me today. Catch some edited content tomorrow with the DragCon LA 2022 interviews. All the ones that didn't have any music in the background are the ones you're probably going to see tomorrow. If you catch any of them on Patreon, those are the ones that I could not take that audio out of. Excuse me. But I'm excited for you to see some of the interviews I did. It'll be a good time. I'll be working on them all night and all morning. So, boop, boop. Maddie, this is stupid, but does any sound come through the headphones or you just use it for the mic? No, the sound does come through the headphones, but there's nothing happening now. So there's not really technically any sound unless I play my intro music and then I would hear it. But no, it's just the microphone that I'm using right now, to be honest with you. And I use these more so when like the panel is talking because I rather hear it directly in my ear than through the computer so I know what everyone's saying. But yeah, it's just not a stupid question. But thanks for asking. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Operation Kitty Cat Cacao is on its way. We'll have a cat in here sooner than later. Once again, RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15 live review will be Saturday with Miss Valerie Vision on my channel, 2:30 Pacific, 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern. Saturday, the panel will be on Sunday. DragCon LA content will be posted. If you're on my Patreon, be on the lookout for mini reactions to post as well. I love y'all down. Please take care of yourselves. Hit that like button before you leave. Drop a tip in my jar as well. I'll catch you for the next one, okay? Bye.
Listen.